On Wednesday, February 26, the season of Lent begins for 2020. Lent is the season in the Church's calendar that leads us up to Easter, and this provides a time for Christians to reflect on the meaning of the cross and how to deal with the frailty of the human condition amidst some of the hardships of the world in which we live. But of course, Lent also provides an invitation for all of us, regardless of our faith tradition, to stop and pause and take stock. Let's face it, the last few months have been horrendous for many in our community. Drought, bushfires, floods, and coronavirus. Sometimes it's hard to make sense of it all. How do we respond with compassion and care when there is so much pain and brokenness in the world? The Lenten tradition invites us to begin with ourselves. When we live in a world where there is such busyness and disruption, perhaps we can find some space for silence and prayerful reflection as an act of defiance against the noise and the chaos of the world. The Lenten tradition invites people to go without some of the things that we take for granted so that we might better appreciate the many blessings that we do have. And by doing so, we are energized to help those who are doing it tough because of the difficult circumstances of their lives. This year, however, alongside this invitation to give something up, we are also providing people the opportunity to give. This is how it works. Identify something to give up during Lent. You might decide to skip lunch each day, or perhaps each Wednesday. You might decide to give up coffee or chocolate. Again, this could be a daily, all-inclusive fast, or it might be only your morning coffee that you go without, or maybe you only give up coffee on Mondays and Fridays. Work out what is doable for you. And then, the money that you would normally spend on your meal or your coffee, you set aside. You could have a special jar set up at your work desk that you top up each day, or you might like to do a tally at the end of the week. Whatever works best. Of course, there is also an opportunity here for some creative thinking. Maybe you've decided to give up swearing for Lent. A swear jar could be a great fundraiser. Or maybe you've decided to give up Facebook. If that's the case, put a dollar amount on how much time you spend each day on social media. Maybe charge it out according to your hourly pay rate. So we are providing you with an opportunity to give during Lent that isn't really costing you any more money than you would normally spend. And yet this money that you would normally spend on yourself will be going towards a very worthwhile cause. This year, we are asking people to give to Art from the Margins, a special Wesley Mission Queensland service that gives people living with difficulty and disadvantage an opportunity to express themselves through art. Art from the Margins is based in Brunswick Street, Fortitude Valley, and provides workshops, tutoring and mentoring for emerging artists, and also hosts exhibitions so that others can be inspired by their imagination and creativity. Each week during Lent, we will feature a different artist through social media. You'll get to hear a little of their story and about the artwork they have produced. And you'll be encouraged to set aside the money from your fast so that even more people can benefit from the work that Art from the Margins is doing. God bless you all this Lent, as together we give up something in order to give to those who need it most.